The vine is a creeper, and left to its own devices, it will grow like crazy, producing an abundance of leaves and shoots, but relatively little fruit. You can see from these pictures that that's exactly what's happening in this plot. But that's not at all what you want as a champagne maker. So to encourage the vine to produce fruit rather than just vegetation, we have to manage the growth quite severely, and we do this through a variety of operations throughout the summer months. If you look across the path to the left, you'll see that this plot is looking much tidier, which tells me that a number of jobs have already been done. One is called Palissage, which involves just trimming off the tips of the tallest shoots. This is usually done by tractor, but it can sometimes be done by hand too. And the sides of the plant are trimmed by an operation called rognage. And by the time this operation has been completed as well, the vine is looking very neat and tidy on the top and at the sides. But there's another job to do which takes more time and which is even more important. It's called palissage or trestling, and it usually starts in June when the vine really starts to grow fast and carries on through till about the end of July. The problem is that with so many shoots and leaves growing, everything gets clumped tightly together and has to be separated by manually pulling the clumps apart. The problem is made worse by the fact that as the vine grows, it forms dozens of tiny little coils called vrilles, which twist around the shoots and bind everything into a tangled mass. The danger when that happens is that moisture gets trapped in the clumps of vegetation, and if the weather is warm and humid, rot and other diseases can easily set in. By separating the vegetation, we allow the air to circulate, which dries the vines and reduces the danger of rot. Here you can see the vines being separated and then a small clip being attached to the training wires to keep the vine in place and to encourage growth upwards between the wires. This shapes the vine and makes many of the subsequent jobs much easier and quicker. Here's a bunch of grapes that's trapped between two wires. Now if it grows like that, when the pickers come along at harvest time, they're going to pull on the bunch and they're going to pull all the grapes off and they're going to fall on the floor. So we've got to free this from between the wires. Just below there's another bunch that's stuck right up against the shoot. Now if we leave it like that, the humidity is going to get in between the shoot and the grape, and that could provoke rot. Here's another bunch that's got trapped in the fork between two shoots. So we've got to release that so it hangs freely and can grow to its proper size. That's another one of the purposes of palissage, to let the grape bunches hang freely so that it can grow to their full potential.